Oh my God. It's been forever. Dang, I don't even know when the last time I was on. Anyway, I'm here alone as usual. That's how I started off. But the people will soon join us. I sent DMs this time. I did a post. Hey, Kamisha. Okay. Yes, my 112 crew is here first. Kamisha and Maya. I don't know when's the last time I've been on live. Oh, yes. VCM in the building. VCM in the building. Hi, everybody. Let me put my volume up. Oh, my God. Hey, Jen. Hey, Renee. Hi, Keisha. Keisha, I know you're tired. We're going to do this for an hour. I look wrong? Ooh. My face is cooked. Hey, JJ. My assistant is supposed to be clicking through the commercials. I'm ready for my break so you can cook for me. I'm retiring. I am retired. So we'll give it like another 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll get started because, you know, everybody who's joined this is over 30 and we need to figure out what's happening right now because I'm feeling a little mid-crisis lifey, midlife crisis, you know what I mean? And, yeah, so my assistant is here. Oh, you can't skip oh, why don't you skip? Oh, my God. I had a good idea, but it's not working. Listen, my knee hurts so bad. It's on fire today. Like, literally. And the doctor asked me, he's like, do you ever feel like it's on fire? And I'm like, no. Spoke too soon. So, yeah, happy holidays. As you guys can see, I'm usually on the floor. But today I'm giving Christmas tree vibes. Oh, there goes Phoenix as an elf a few years ago. Because we share a room with Maverick still. And so we usually stay in the living room. Well, initially, we were staying in the living room until like we were done watching our shows. And when we were ready to go to bed, then we would go to the room. But he has been getting up at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, staring at us, crying, screaming, wanting to get in our bed. So we've been in the living room for like 2 weeks. The sacrifices of a parent. The sacrifices of having 2 bedrooms and not 3. Get into that. Where's my mother? Let's see. She's supposed to be on Facebook. I can't see the comment section on Facebook. Hey, Sarita. You know everybody on CP time. So, guys, bear with me. This is going to be a good one. Because we're all going through our own midlife crisis. Or we just came out of one. Or about to go in one. If you guys don't know, the reason... Hey, Crystal. The reason why tonight is titled Midlife Crisis. Hey, Phil. Is because... as per a census done in 2023, the average American lives until the age of 78. So we're right there. Hey, Sade. We're at the midlife crisis point. We're at the point where when we were in, hey, Trisha, when we were in our 20s, we assumed that by now we would have everything that we imagined, right? We would, midlife, I ain't there yet. Yes, bro, you over 30. You're mid. And the way you eat, you're less than mid, okay? I literally was telling this, I think I put it in my comments, my story that, we're going through midlife crisis. And this guy was like, only if you eat correctly. Sir, they're poisoning the organic food. You can eat as healthy as you want to. We don't know where any of this comes from. They're killing us. Hey, Dr. Mosley, Dr. Jarvis. Whoa, why am I paying life insurance till I'm 98? Now, listen, we don't want to die at 78. I'm just telling you guys what the average is. We could be beating the odds. You know, black don't crack. This average could be for the white folks. And for my biracial friends, I'm sorry. I don't wish this on your other half, but you know, that black is strong. Anyway, guys, hi. It's been forever. We have not chatted. I know I put this as a one night only. That was a little teaser, because it's literally one night only for December. But we'll be back full throttle for January. I'm just busy and I'm tired. Like in 2 weeks, I think that Thursday is like Christmas. No, that's New Year's Eve. Whatever. I can't do the math. I'm busy. Hey, Ian. Listen, my granny just turned 91 last week. I'm hoping she's enjoying it. Listen, I want to live until 90 if I am still able to wipe my own butt and use my fork to like eat. I want to have all of my capabilities. If not, take me to the king. Okay. I don't know why my mom just called me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my mom tried to call me. I don't know why. I don't know why. I text her. Babe, can you text her mom? I sent her the Facebook link earlier. All she should do is click on it. God. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, no, you guys didn't have a glitch. My mom is calling while I'm on live. Girl, I sent her the link. Will she pay attention? Of course not. Hey, mother. So yeah, so let's rewind and go back. Not tap me out at 75. So, you know, I woke up on December 1st heavy. Like literally, I don't know what, because I was fine. 30 days had September, April, June, November. I was fine the 30th of November. So I don't know why I woke up, you know, on the 1st. I mean, literally heavy, sad, like just like a weight on my chest, like heavy. And I tried to ignore it, and I was like, wow, I feel really sad today. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, is it the hormones? Because, you know, when you're on birth control, it just gives you all these different hormones. Remember, I was weaning off of breastfeeding. My body is still trying to get back together, you know, post baby. So I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. I was literally sad as hell. So feeling sad, like a brick is on my chest, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm like, what is my life right now? Like, what is my life? And not meaning like ungrateful, like super grateful for everything. But, you know, again, in my 20s, I imagined that when I was 36, everything that I wanted would have been accomplished. That did not include kids, but it included a husband and this dream job and this fly ass car. And, you know, the job seems to be the one thing that it ain't giving. So, you know, I literally, like, you know, taking the kids to school. On the way back, I usually pick up my mom. I drive her to the train. So on the way back to my apartment, and I'm talking to her about life, and I just start crying. And so now she's like, well, what's going on here? She's like, wait, are you okay? And I'm like, are you listening? No, I'm not okay. I'm really sad. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I'm sad for real. Like, I really feel sad. So my mom is just, you know, telling me, like, you know, it's just your nature. Like, you've always just been the last to accomplish things, like, you know, out of your friend group or in life or whatever. Like, everything happens for you late. And your career, it's just happening for you late. Like, it just is what it is. Like, there's nothing we can do. And I'm like, I'm clear. I 100% understand that. But living in it still hurts, right? Like, I used to be in my room on the weekends crying about not having a man. Like, damn, my friends have boyfriends. I don't have a man. Like, I ain't even have a joint. Like, sick. I was sick. And so I knew I would not be single forever. But being in it doesn't make it easier. You just feel, what's happening here? Did my comments freeze? You just feel heavy. And so I was just like, I know. Like, I just feel so sad. Like, like, I was telling her, I was like, I just really feel like a loser. Like, am I a loser? Like, I know I'm not a loser. Like, I was crying, like, for real. And so the reality is that I know I'm not a loser, but those moments will just, you just be like, how? Like, how did this not happen? Like, you're a good person. You pray. You put in the work. Like, what you would bring to the company or your companion, and still 1 and 2 is not clicking. So, my homegirl sends me a text, something we were like working on an event. And, I'm sending her a voice note, and I'm just like, I'm really having a hard morning, like, and I just start crying again. And I'm like, I was like, I know I'm not a loser, but I feel like a fucking loser. Like, how am I, like, I'm about to be, I keep saying I'm 37 because I'm just practicing, I guess, but I'm like, I'm about to be 37. I'm still at this job. Like, let me tell you something. I complain about the job, but obviously I'm grateful for the job. The job pays the bills. The job pays for vacations. The job keeps a roof over my head. Like, 100% grateful, but it's not where I want to be. And I don't get why, sometimes it's hard watching people around you fulfill their goals and do things, and you're just not, right? And it's just like, damn, people may watch you on Instagram or be around you in real life, and like, people would die to have your life. Like, literally, like, all of us on this live, like, we're blessed. Now I missed that job, girl. We work remote. I've been remote for 5 years. Like, all of us on this live, like, we're blessed. We all got our shit, but like, we're literally blessed. There are people who are homeless, who are living in shelters, who are facing deportation. I am clear of that. And still, I can have one day where I'm just sad about where my life is. And then, it really makes you wonder, is this the scheme that Todd set up? Because nothing else makes sense. Like, Mama Joyce had a point. Anyway, so now I'm telling my friend, I'm like, I'm so sad. Like, so she's like, oh, no. I'm calling you. Like, we're not doing no voice notes. So she calls me, and I'm just like, now I'm laughing because I'm like, why am I sending voice notes crying? But not that I intended to. I just couldn't even hold it in. And like, obviously my girlfriend is a safe space for me to just cry. And so, she's just telling me. So this is the scheme that Todd set up. And so she's just telling me, like, yo, my career is jumping right now, but like, my personal life, like, I'm not, I'm not where I want to be at, in my personal life. And, we all got our shit. And now, oh, hey, Josh. And, like, now we're laughing, and I'm just like, oh, thank you for listening. And, I just needed to get it out. So I literally was sad for maybe 2 days. So December 1st and December 2nd, where everybody's like, happy December. I'm like, fuck December. Like, why would I wake up with this heaviness? So we had a great pep talk. Excuse me. And we both acknowledged that we're not losers. We're just going through life. Like, these are the things, right? Like, I made an Instagram post earlier about this guy saying, like, people will say, oh, I'm 40 years old. If I knew then what I know now. And he's like, but you know it now. Like, you know it. He said his words verbatim were like, oh, 0 to 18 are adolescents. You knew nothing from 0 to 18. Like, that doesn't count. 18 to 30 is when you're actually learning yourself. You're learning what you like, who you are, like, whether you go to college or whether or whether you go to work or whether you're in the streets fucking around until you find a job. Like, you're still finding yourself. It's now when you're 30 that you can, like, okay, this is the first year of like actual adulthood. Granted, some people, they jump into that, their fields or whatever way before. But others, like myself, it just takes a longer period of time. And it's so crazy because somebody put on Instagram, like, oh, how the hell are there life coaches if this is all our first time doing this? And it's one of those, hey, Roy, it's one of those thoughts that you're like, yeah, how the hell? But some people are just able to navigate life better than others. So they're tools. That was hilarious. Anyway, the point is that we're not alone. I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone, but I needed to have that moment of just like, boo-hoo-hooing about, what was happening in this midlife. For those who are just joining us, I'm talking to the peeps about midlife crisis. Everyone on here is over 30 years old, and the average life expectancy in America is 78. Granted, we have people who live until 100 or something. My homegirl who just joined, her grandmother, is she 100 or she 98? She's out here pumping, okay? And just talking about, all of us maybe not being where we are in certain parts of our lives. Like, your career may be popping, but you haven't met your spouse yet, or you haven't had your kids, or you have a spouse and you don't have kids, or you have kids and you don't have a spouse anymore, or you don't have the job you want. 103. Oh, yeah, I forgot. She's 103 and still popping that thing. She popping them bones, baby. It's pretty much Freestyle Friday every day. What you're feeling right now doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're evolving. Amen. Come on, Sister Simpson. I just realized I have no clue what Amanda likes. I'm going to take 38 to figure it out. Yeah. And the thing about it is that we're changing every year. Like I told you guys in the first season, like my love language used to be, quality time. And then once I had kids, it was acts of service. I don't need you to spend time with me if you can't do nothing for me. And this is coming from a person who does not like to ask for help. I could do it all. My knee is swollen. My knee is on fire. Y'all should have seen how many bags I was carrying in today because I'm impatient. I don't want to wait for Justin to get home. I want to just get it inside and do what I got to do. Hard for me. Anyway, so I was also explaining for the people who just joined, I was saying, this midlife crisis, I wonder, is this the scheme that Todd set up? Yeah, I missed the joke earlier. It's not going to hit the same. Anyway, so just wanted to give you guys some examples of other people who are going through these things outside of us. And I definitely want to hear from you guys. But there's a woman named Jada. She's our age, around 36. If you guys ever heard of Ami Coley, all natural, skincare for Black women. They had skin tints and moisturizers and lip balms. And she was huge in Sephora. And just cooking it up from nothing to something. And she recently had to end her business, a business that was just boom, because it was her first time in this industry, first time having a business and not knowing how the boys play. Because, there's a lot of gatekeeping, and they would gatekeep the hell out of us, all of us brown folks on here. So, she did an interview about how sad she was, how distraught. She employs people, hundreds of people. She employs herself. This is her livelihood. This is her dream. And she has to be brave enough to say, yo, my dream is not working out. There's more going out than coming in. And it financially doesn't make sense. And then that made me wonder, how they say, is it better to love than not have loved at all? Is it better to have your dream or never have had it at all? I don't know. Right? They both suck. To have a dream and have to let it go, or to never live that dream. That's heavy. But fast forward, she announced that, and then a month or two later, Kim Kardashian signed her to become the executive vice president for Skims Skincare because they seen the work that she put in. So it's another example for me of my homegirl Sarita said, yo, stay the course. I just started reading The Mountain Is You on Audible. I'm I think first chapter. I don't know. Whatever. So the point is to stay on course because life will get better. We're midlife crisis, but it gets greater later if we work on ourselves ultimately and put the word out there. Another person, my homegirl Sarita Gates. She's a Lego head. She was doing Legos just as a hobby, and it became a business. And then she up and moved to Chicago and was up there living her life. And in Chicago, just lost her motivation. And so she had to move back. And just in the midst of that, what is my next step? What am I doing? And then just coming back, revamping, being around love, just literally getting love in her personal life. From family, friends. We don't realize how important human connection is. If you guys have not hugged somebody, please find somebody. Go hug a tree if you need to. We need love. Well, don't hug a tree. Hug a person. But, you don't realize how much your friends, how much your friends and family really impact your life. The regret of not attempting the dream will haunt you 100%. Just do it. And she works at Nike, so she said no pun intended. Hey, Kim. Hey, Greg. Oh, it's not. How's the Facebook link not working? Let's see. Back. No, I can't leave. Hold on, guys. Cancel. I don't know. Just tell her she'll watch it later. I can't do it right now. My mom is having technical difficulties. I don't know how. This is what happens when you join late. Don't be on CP time. Anyway, back to what we were discussing. We change every day. Hey, number 6. Oh, hey, Tiffany. So she moved back, and like business has been like booming for her, like just a change of environment. So like I need to see these real life examples to be like, yo, things ain't that bad. We really have to remove the idea of failure. Alizé, I'm gonna throw that in there. Hey, Vanita, I'm so happy you guys are all to it again. Midlife crisis, here we are. Another person, Brie Monet, not sure if you guys are familiar with her. She used to have a spin office, gym center, spin cycle spot in Brooklyn, and she moved to Cali, opened one in Cali, and then recently she announced on Instagram that she closed both locations because she just feels like the passion, the love that she had for spinning is no longer. Like, she's like, I moved on from this phase of my life. I don't even know what the next phase looks like, but this piece is complete. That's bravery. That's also crazy, right? Like, could you imagine, like, I mean, even if you're in a relationship and you know it's dead, but you still keep trying to fight it, and one day you're like, I can't even do this. Like, this is not even worth it. Pivot a studio. Thank you. She had a spin studio. Your failure is truly just a pivot for something better. 100%. Just add hot sauce. You guys follow her. She is a chef, had a regular job, left her job to pursue her cooking. She had started like cooking on Instagram during COVID. It really picked up, and she was like, yo, I don't even like this job. So let me do this. And her life has kicked off. But she explained on Instagram too, like, she's been trying to get a book deal. Like, she puts out all these recipes. She has a big following. She had a show and got curved for her book. She wound up going to Paris to just like cry it out, whatever. Let's say a couple months passes by. She's like, yeah, I'm going back to Paris. Like, I need some of that energy again. She gets back to Paris, and she wound up signing an actual book deal. So again, pivoting. My brother, he decided to relocate just for some newness, like just feeling like, yo, midlife, and I need to make a change today, because if I don't, I'm going to suffocate, right? And you're going to have challenges wherever, but it's just seeing the bigger picture of what this can be. Staying longer than you're supposed to, or with something is the real literally is the real driver of pain. When I'm at work and my boss asks me to do my job, depending on the day, I be getting so upset, like, why are you writing me? Why don't you do it? Like, imagine, said boss knows where the folder is that contains the information that she needs. She just likes to write me to do stuff. And I be like, I'm not no Doja. But also, like, girl. But this is the needing to leave. And, some days I have like this crazy idea, like, maybe if I get fired, which I don't want to, that it will just add an extra little fire under my behind, because sometimes people need a little extra kick. But I need my job. I made a comment to my homegirl the other day, like, well, yeah, like, she's annoying, like, she ain't gonna fire, like, are you gonna fire me? And she's like, hey, words are powerful, like, don't put that out there. So we can't do that. But even Issa Rae was talking to Kev on stage, and she was telling him, you guys, the comments are so great. I love this group of people. And she was telling Kev on stage that she doesn't feel successful right now. She feels stagnant because even though she has a million investments in a bunch of projects, when any of her shows are not on TV, she doesn't feel like she's doing well. And he was completely caught off guard because we know that she is extremely successful, right? But also, you're not living in her world. And her world and her image of herself is that she is not doing it because her show's not on. Same thing with me. It's like, I think on the 1st, I woke up to like, this is the last month of the year, make your big impact. And it hit me like, whoa, I didn't do a freelance project the whole 2025. Like, I think I literally had a moment in the bathroom where I was like, what happened to my life? Like, what's happening with my life? And that sadness just like somebody just punched me. I mean, I literally was driving the car quiet. And as soon as my mother, I just started crying. I was like, what happened to my life? Like, I used to be doing events. I used to be doing stuff. And then I had to remember, like, okay, but you had a baby and you had to adjust to having 2 kids. And, you were like, the time away from the kids was spent me time, like just having alone time with my girlfriends and double dates and the things that I like. I had a great year overall, like, but it was like when I was sitting back thinking about this one thing, and it didn't diminish everything, but it just was a realization, like, let me get into these comments because the people's is chatting. The way this illness forces me to pivot is crazy. My life is one big pivot. Slowing down, yeah. That drives me crazy. I literally had to remind her that I'm not her assistant or intern. Pivot as many times as you need. Renee is a big advocate for, entrepreneurship. And I love that. I love people who know they can do it. Me, if I'm an entrepreneur, my business is, okay, let me not say that. In this point of my life, if I've had to entrepreneur, I don't even want to wake up in the morning. What time I'm doing? I'm gonna have to have a late night business. I'm about to start an OnlyFans because that's a good late night business. Not too much effort, no face, no case, extra coins. Boom. I love how we're putting together some ideas here. Hey, Auntie, I have a problem with that boss word. Success is in the eye of the person, for real. No, literally, because what you deem as successful is completely subjective, right? Somebody may look at me and be like, she's super successful, she's this, she's that. 100% super blessed. Like, we're not down to that. In this moment of my life, I don't feel not successful, but I don't feel super successful. Like, I feel extremely accomplished. 100%. Like, I just want more. And yeah. Rhea Graham, she owns Kokomo in Brooklyn, and she recently posted about having to move back home to her mom's house, right? This is a person who's worth some money. Like, her and her husband Kev have 2 successful restaurants. She's also an influencer, but just saying, like, she not that she never wanted a house. She didn't want a house now. I think she's 33 or 34. And she always wanted to live in a high rise over water. And that's what she did. And they keep getting into these leases where the owners, they're like, oh, hey, I'm moving back to New York. I need my spot. So she's like, we can't keep moving the spots. They've been now searching for a home. They felt like they were rushing. Like, let's go back to our parents' house. So she was saying, like, I don't feel like a failure. Well, she was saying at first she did. I mean, not a real life failure, because clearly she has the money to do the things. But having the money and resources connecting, they don't always connect. But she just spoke about, having to go back home and get grounded and, like, really, like, breathe. And Sarita, what Sarita wrote earlier was, like, slow down, like, take a beat to make sure that the kids are, good, and that she and her husband can get their life together. So I'm just like, wow, like, we're all going through something. Who else? I got more examples. Because this is the season of feeling lost, but for some people, this is a season for feeling found, right? And we want to acknowledge that as well. There was a Penn State interim head coach who was, like, lifted off his feet for his first college win. And I watched that, and again, a lot of hormones, a lot of feelings. And I was crying because he didn't realize how much of an impact he made on those students. And they were, like, lifting him up and holding him in the air. And Imagine like you want to be a head coach your whole life. You get this opportunity to be an interim coach, and you're just doing your thing. I was so happy for him. Kaylani just had her first #1 hit, which I didn't know until I watched the Breakfast Club interview. And Kaylani's like, I've been around since I was 19. I'm 30. Like, she just turned 30, and she has her first #1 hit. And I'm like, wow. Like, think about staying the course, putting in the work, right? Because how many years is that? 11? Yeah. And, you know, doing songs. And, you know, she had songs with Chris Brown or whatever. But this is her own song, just her, and she's #1. What a feeling. And the song is called Folded. And it makes me laugh every time. Because on the interview, they asked her, like, oh, you must really got time to be folding somebody's clothes. And when my mom and my dad were breaking up, like before like the divorce papers came out, I came home from school. I got off the China bus. I got home. I'm literally pulling my bag in the house. She's sitting on the couch because she probably thought it was him. And she's like, she ready. She on that couch like that. But we had another couch by the window. And all of his clothes are folded so neatly on the couch. And so I open the door and I look and I'm like, what's happening? She's like, he gotta go. He gotta go. And all I'm thinking is, how angry do you have to be that you gonna fold a nigga clothes to kick him out? So now that there's a song about it, I'm like, oh, so multiple people do this. Because if I'm kicking you, I'm not folding nothing. Garbage bags. And that's nice. That's being nice. I'm actually not even touching your stuff. That's not my job to do, honey. You got to get it together. But she literally had my dad's stuff folded. Shout out to Kehlani. Let me catch up on the comments. So success is on the eye of the person. 100%. Do whatever it is you need to do, how many times you need to do it. Me being laid off was the best thing for me and my body. I was able to pivot and I'm so happy and my body is getting better. It's crazy because I literally have this, I'll talk about you next. But I'm just saying, like, you know, even my friends amongst me, like my friend here who's experiencing an autoimmune disease, you know, like prior to her having her second kid, like her life was quote unquote, you know, normal, like not having any issues, regular issues that we all have. And now she's dealing with an issue that affects her quality of life, like affects her wanting to go out. We were supposed to do the Monica and Brandy concert together, and then she just got sick. And, you know, like, how does that affect this person? Like, she now has to watch maybe her husband or her sister or her friends all go out, or she can be out with us and just suffering in silence. Like, everyone is going through their shit. Or I have friends, beautiful, amazing, smart friends. Like, my friends got houses. Like, my friends is doing their things and haven't found men on their levels, right? Who match them. And then, you know, as a friend on my end, you kind of like, you know, you don't want to keep bringing it up or keep talking about it. You want to be sensitive about it, but then also you're like, I don't want to not talk about it and not acknowledge what this person is going through. So then that's tough, right? Because you're like, I'm complaining about a job, and this person is like, you have what I want. Like, I want this family environment, you know? Or friends who are struggling. I have a family member who's struggling with infertility. Like, she's a stepmom to her husband's 2 beautiful kids, but she wants her own baby, you know, and having fertility issues, and insurance doesn't cover the things that you need. All insurance doesn't cover IVF. It doesn't cover IUI. So, you know, think about it. I'm just like, wow, like, she has a great husband, these beautiful stepkids, this big, beautiful house, and she has a job that she loves, and the one thing that she wants, she can't have. And it's like, wow, am I really over here crying about a job? Like, people got real shit going on, you know what I mean? So I allowed myself to be sad. I told myself 24 hours, but I'm not gonna hold y'all. The brick on my chest was so heavy, it took about 48 hours. And then I realized the reason I'm not usually sad, I don't really have time to be sad. I'm constantly moving. And I think that day, well, I woke up crazy, so I don't know why it happened, but for the rest of that day, I kind of just was still. Like, I wanted to go through the motions, because I'm like, I don't get sad about the job often. It's probably like every 90 days where I'm like really, really sad and I let it go. And maybe I was due for my 90 day. Maybe this is what was happening. But in feeling that sadness, I was like, damn, is this what depression feels like? You know, like, people are experiencing depression and they're living amongst us, or they're, they're home, or whatever the case is. The feeling that I felt, and that probably would, meanwhile, I'm thinking I was hurt to the core. Obviously, I've been more hurt and more sad about bigger things. I'm like wondering, like, for someone to live in this feeling for multiple days, multiple months, multiple years, that is heavy. That was one day I couldn't even control the tears. Like, to do that every single day, you really have to be grateful for what you have. But you can also acknowledge your feelings too. Sorry, I gotta check my notes really quick. Oh, let me read this. I'm so happy that you were laid off and that it was a benefit. I got fired from my first job after college, and they like laid everybody off. Everybody was sad and crying. I was so happy. I was like, thank you, God. Y'all niggas was holding me up. I used that unemployment. I was in Vegas. I was in Mexico. I was living my life. I also didn't have kids or real bills. So remember your season. Also in the pivot, being easy on yourself, because it's often, honey, it ain't no hoe. Okay, and hoes is easy. So when we say it ain't no hoe, we mean it ain't easy. Entrepreneur, late night business might be it. You heard me? Not don't get your head knocked off between the washer and dryer. Just think about how many different lives you've lived already. 100% JJ, a lot of different versions. Yo, so many different versions. Because I'm at the version of myself in my marriage where I'm just like, when the old folks, like when you see a guy do something in the street and you be like, oh, is he annoying you? And the old woman be like, girl, don't pay that man no mind. He been doing it for 800 years. I'm at the point of marriage where I choose my battles. Like before, everything was a battle. Everything was on site. And now I'm just like, okay. Like, some things are just not worth it. And this is a new me, because the old me is up and it's stuck. And the new me is like, okay, that's not even that deep. Like, it's not even that deep. That's the best part of life. We can never really appreciate what we have because we're looking forward to what we want while someone else is doing what we currently have. Yeah, it sucks. Cry, baby girl. I talked about that in my book club, having the fear of being content or comfortable. And when they asked me what's wrong with being comfortable, I didn't really have an answer. Yeah, it's like, I love, and this is another thing that came up in my loserness, but it wasn't really, I just, like, when you start feeling sad, so you start adding shit to the sadness that ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, I was sad about my job, but because I was sad, the devil was like, nah, add some more shit. Like, really show yourself you a loser. So then I started getting sad about, like, not being able to find an apartment. Because New York City thinks that they're going to rape me with no condom. And I'm just like, whoa. Like, why y'all charging all this money for apartments that are this big? Like, we need a 3-bedroom. That would be ideal. I'm also open to a bigger 2-bedroom because I always think both of them kids in one room. I stayed in a room with Kim. Me and Kim had our own room since I was 5. I slept in a room with Kim until I was 14 because I was literally scared to be alone. So I'm okay with the kids co-sleeping. Like, have your own beds, be on your own sides. And, I'm okay with that until they get to a certain age. And obviously we'd have to move again. But ideally it would be nice to find something now. But anyway, the point is that I'm just like, we have enough money to move into place, like for the rent that they're asking, and pay 3 months. But then after that, we're going to be eating ice. We're not going to be able to go out. We're not going to be able to have Taco Tuesday. Like, it would just be a lot of cutting back that selfishly I just don't want to do. Like, so two bedroom and Briar what it is. And then the other issue is that my husband doesn't want to get on the bus. Like, we're walkable to the train from here, but the places that have affordable rent are two fare zones. He's now decided to be a little lenient with that, as long as it's not a long bus ride. So that gives me a little, more breathing room. But I had found something that was super close. It was 10 minutes from here. It was a 3-bedroom for $2,500. It was like brand new appliances. They just refurbished, whatever. They fixed the place up. And I'm hunting that realtor down like he owed me child support. Then when he finally answers, like, oh, sorry, we just signed it. So now I'm sad. Like, oh, I can't even get the place that I want. My skin, I don't know what's going on. Again, it could be the hormones. It could be the scheme that Todd set up again. It could be the food that I'm eating. I don't know what's happening. But my skin, I've been getting these pimples, and then they leave, and then leave all these black spots. I'm also growing hair in like the most craziest places. Like, what is going on? So I started adding all that to the bucket. I could have went straight to hell. But anyway, all the encouraging words out of here, the main issue, right, is yourself. Your voice is the loudest voice ever. And when you're drinking or when you're smoking, whatever, you have those quiet moments and those thoughts start going crazy, you will literally drop yourself crazy. Like, I literally was flipping a pancake like, you're really a loser. And I'm laughing now because originally, like last week, I was like, oh, I'm going to do the live on last Thursday. But I was still like down. I would have been on here dead ass crying. And I was like, but I know I'm not a loser. So that is wild for me to go on there and tell these people I'm really sad when I know the hormones and the devil are playing games with me. Do you guys ever feel bad for feeling bad? Like, you ever be like, again, like, I'm crying about my homegirl. We always call it first world problems because she'll be like, oh my God, like this hotel did not have room service. And I'm like, oh my God, so sorry, the Ritz-Carlton didn't have room service today. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Do you ever feel bad for feeling bad about what you're going through and knowing that other people may be going through worse? The third baby got my back messed up. Did you get an epidural? First of all, I don't even know why you had 3 kids. Y'all really wilding with these 3 kids. Y'all need to stay away from me. F these men. Hey, Dominique. Appreciate what you have because it could be worse. No, 100% it could be worse. But I think that anytime you feel like it, as long as you're not being ungrateful, it's okay to cry. Like, it's okay to be like, yo, I could try harder. Like, even with the job shit, like, I know, like, my luck ain't all that. But, you know, there's some parts where I could try a little harder. I could try different things. Yeah, just life. I was trying to say earlier about my dad when my mom, speaking of folded and my dad, was that when I was crying to my mom and she just was like, whoa, like she said it just gave her a flashback of like being with my dad and like him just like really like my dad is super smart, like clearly he's a handsome guy. And he just couldn't, like, the job portion of his life was always hard. My dad turned 60 years old and everything just switched. Like, business started booming. He was able to buy his own house. Like, life changed. So she's like, you're like your dad. Like, you're following his footsteps. You know, she says you have your dad's feet, meaning you're following your dad's footsteps. And it's like, you know, things will happen for you, but it made us happen late in life. And then I started crying harder because I'm like, when I'm 60, girl, I got things to do. Like, what? If I wasn't already sad, it's made it worse. Sometimes, like, you shouldn't call your mom because you call your mom and they make it worse. Like, I was like, huh? Like, I need encouraging words. And really, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I didn't even need no encouraging words. I needed to just get it out. And when she said that, I'm like, oh, I'm about to drive this car into a ditch, honey. Because what? Feeling the feels is a part of the growth, too. 100%. It's okay to sound crazy, but make time to be sad. Otherwise, it's going to build up. Bars. Hey, Jordan. When you get those feelings, journal, cry, and apply it to a bunch of jobs. No, 100%. One thing I've really changed is that I've been using LinkedIn like I use Instagram. Like, I'm constantly on Instagram. Now I'm constantly on LinkedIn. I apply for everything. I'm applying for jobs that ain't got no business hiring me because I'm not taking that salary. But the interview would be great practice for me, right? So I'm even looking at interviews like, yo, this is a good opportunity to just practice my skills, see what they're looking for. I overwork myself because of depression. Work takes my mind. Yo, Kamisha, it's so crazy you say that because I had saw a post earlier and they were talking about how Black women deal with depression is by being overproductive. So, you know, and that obviously not for everybody. Some people sleep, but a lot of us overwork. We stay busy. That's how I got out of my sadness the other day. I was like, oh, I need to go to Zara to find an outfit for my anniversary. Oh, the kids need this. Oh, the kids need that. I need to go grocery shopping. I literally made myself so busy that I had no time to think about being sad, because I'm like, okay, girl, you could be sad, but them kids got to eat. Okay, you could be sad, but you're going out on Saturday. Like, I got things to do. Okay? This sadness got to wait till after 8 p.m. when the kids go to sleep. So yeah, they were talking about like overworking ourselves. My mom has been retired since Phoenix was born, so let's say 6 years. She then found another job to keep herself busy, and now she's decided to retire. And while I hate this job because her job is more stressful than the job that she retired from, you know, I do worry about like her being bored or becoming sad because she's dating, but she's not in a relationship that she wants to be in. I mean, excuse me, this can become that, but we don't know yet. It's still early. But, you know, in her mind, her idea of life was that, you know, she would be married forever and they would live long enough they would be together long enough to take care of their grandkids and travel the world. And so I'm like, damn, I'm crying about this. And I'm crying to a woman who's like, yo, you and your husband get to do things I've never gotten to do. And I'm 66. So everyone going through some shit. Because who has time to be tussling with these men? I have great edges. If I start throwing parties again, y'all gonna show some love. No, you like to, you the Spanish Diddy low key, minus the rape and all the other stuff. You like to party with little girls. We don't want to party with them little girls. Your podcast, we can't click on that podcast link in here, honey. Not eating ice. Sorry, I catch up to the comments. This was a great podcast on happiness versus joy and identifying what's functioning depression looks like. Allie, can you text me that link and I'll add it to my story and add the link. Quote from the podcast that struck me was, happiness is an idea and joy is an experience. Woo! Happiness really is an idea. Like, you really got to be like, yo, I'm happy today. I'm happy. The end. The end. And joy is an experience. Wow. That was beautiful. Okay, please don't show off being in Memphis with a 3-bedroom house for $1,700. Poor Todd. Todd catching strays tonight. Hey, Tiffany. People are dying. Not because I deserve greatness, and when it is not that I'm upset. I'm never ungrateful, but I deserve. I go to church 8 hours. You be in church 8 hours every Sunday. I love a Catholic church because we know we here to get the prayer in and leave. We don't need all the extras. Worse is subjective. Happiness is subjective. We have to stop comparing and try to live our lives in our moment. Nobody is promised, nobody is promised tomorrow. People are literally dying every day. It's so sad. Celeste death gonna make it worse. No, parents just be talking. Listen, I did something that Kim did previously, and so I called my mom to tell her what I was about to do. And as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, why are you telling this lady this? She started going ham and hung up on me. So then I called him. I'm like, yo, let me tell you the dumb shit I did. So he's like, yo, why would you do that? I'm like, because I'm an idiot. Because why would I call this lady to tell her something that she told me he did and he shouldn't do that? Don't call your parents because they'll really make it worse. So 100%. My friends used to. Well, there's another quote that I found somewhere. It's like, it's not about changing your mind, it's about changing your perspective. And me and my girlfriends used to always say, reframe it. Like, one of my girlfriends, like, her dude broke up with her, or I think it was a joint or whatever. And we're like, girl, y'all would have had ugly kids anyway. Like, reframe it. Or, maybe my pants split on the way out the house. My girl's like, oh, them pants was trash. Like, reframe it. Like making jokes, but in real life, like, reframe it. Change your perspective on what this looks like. And so I haven't been sad, which is probably why 2025 flew before my eyes, because I've been on some, God has me at this job because it affords me a lot of opportunity that I'm grateful for. Like, I be outside. Still working, but I be outside when I have to, not every day, because that's not the life I live. But I'm able to do so much stuff. Like, I'm able to be here for my kids. Like, I can do whatever during the day. My mom had a knee surgery. I was able to take her back and forth, for her knee surgery. I can run errands. I was babysitting my niece when she was a little baby, because her mom had to go to work. My brother had to go to work. Like, I can do a lot of things, So I'm like, this season, like, I'm clear that God is saying, like, yo, this is for you to be a mom and be there for your kids, because the field that I want to go into are super long days, like 16-hour days. So I'm going to be missing out on a bunch of shit. So then I'm like, you know what, God? I'm not sad, because if you're affording me the opportunity to be here for my kids and spend all of this quality time, because Mavi's only going to be a baby once, Phoenix is only going to be 5 once, then thank you so much. Thank you for letting me be here, because I have been blessed to work remote for 6 years. That means I've been home with my kids, both of them. Like, I was able to have them and then stay at home. Like so many people never got to experience that, and we'll never get to, because apparently we got to go back to the office in January. But no, 100%, I believe you guys. I'm on the same timing. We're almost reaching an hour, so we're about to wrap this up soon. But 100% in agreement that I am where I'm supposed to be, and also what the fuck, like, what is God's DMs hitting for? Like, I know people got bigger emergencies than me, but I've been praying for 10 years, bro. You ain't get to it yet? I'm just being funny. I'm making jokes. We cannot be mad about being sad. We have to remember that our own personal capacity to hold a bad experience varies. So your feelings on said thing may really be there for you. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. God, make no mistake. Whoa. Who's she dating? The old dude. He back. I'll text you. We get out here. Job wants you in 5 days a week. I was about to say, who's she dating? Yeah, my dad is dating too. I met his girlfriend this weekend. It's a lot happening, because it's like my parents are dating, and the little girl in me is like, wow, this is actually weird. Like, you hear about girlfriends and you see it, but it's like, oh, y'all live together? So here I go. Oh, so how y'all met? Not like that, because she was super nice, but still. Because in my mind, as I'm sitting there watching my dad with his new girlfriend, I'm just like, wow, the person he is, which I don't know, right? I don't know the ins and outs of my dad. Like, you know what I mean? I know what I see, and this is a different person than what he has told me who he was. My mom has said, and I'm like, damn, could you imagine putting in, I think they're married for 20 something years, 28 years with a nigga, for him to move on and then become the man you want to be with somebody else? Ring me along. I've been through this so long, but I'll be damned if I see another bitch on your arms. But anyway, but I wonder, like, those are real feelings too, right? She could be thinking about that. Not 6, 7. If I hear 6, 7 one more time, you hot, she's watching. Now I'm in trouble. Oh, Isaiah, did you put on the Instagram for her? Facebook? We aren't real people. We're AI that Todd created. Everything's a joke. I'm sorry. I'm catching up to the comments. I think he got me on mute because I post too much. Yeah, God be wildin'. I have to appreciate the way of viewing it, with me being a sham. Like, I need money. Money. Cat said everybody could get it. You guys are so funny. I really wish that Instagram allowed me to read these comments after, but it doesn't. So here we are. We're watching on my phone. Oh, hey, Ma. Now I got to tell Kim what your business. Literally, mic check on where's my husband. It's been 8 years. Correct. Like, God. But you know what? They say if two or more agree, then it shall be. So we're going to do a good prayer before we get off. So what are some things that you guys are grateful for? Like, just hit me in the comments with one thing that you're like super grateful for. And I'm going to start off. I'm grateful for peace. There's so many people who don't have peace, right? And whatever that is. Just a peace of mind. Like, I go to sleep every night like, wow, like my family is healthy. Everyone is alive. Everyone is safe. Everyone is going through their shit, yes. But like every single night, I literally pray for my girlfriends. I'm like, God, watch over my girlfriends, their kids. Watch over my girlfriends who like are good women who need a man. Please let them find a good man. Keep these scrubs away. Like, you know, watch over my parents, make sure they're safe. Watch over all my nieces and nephews, because there's a million of them. Peace. I'm grateful for, I'm happy to have peace. What about you guys? What are you guys grateful for? Name one thing. Tell me. What are you guys grateful for? Don't be shy now. Isaiah, are you grateful to have me as your auntie? I'm 411. Yeah, I've been slipping on my 411 stuff. Nothing has been going on. Yeah, I got smoked with my mom's joint, like her boo, because you know when her boo pulling up, she like trying to clean her house and move stuff. And today I'm looking for because my mom's living room table is my desk, and so she tried to clean my desk, and then gonna talk about, oh, you got all your stuff in my house. I said, listen, your man is pissing me off because you want to clean and be moving my stuff. Move your stuff. My mom is the kind of person who will, all the bills come in, she leaves all the bills there. I keep telling her, that's not gonna make them go away, baby. Open the bills. After she opens them, she then leaves them on the table. Throw them in the trash, honey. Throw them in the trash. This is my desk. Let me see. I'm grateful for my health. Yes, auntie. I got smoked with him too. Oh, Isaiah, we already know how he was wild. I'm grateful for the ability. Grateful for a clear mind. Grateful for laughter. I will forever laugh through my pain. Yo, all of us, my friends, we're so unserious. Like, unserious people. Me and my homegirl used to play this game called, what was it called? Worst Case Scenario, where we just like went on the deep edge. That was a good game because you can let out all your fears. So I'll give you guys an example. We got it from the show All of Us. This Is Us. This Is Us. And they were like, let's say, for example, you're going on a blind date with somebody and you're like, this should be good. Okay, worst case scenario. He's a killer. He's a rapist. He's this. Like, you just have to get everything out so that you can just, because that worry will keep you heavy. I'm grateful for the ability, honey. We have working arms and the rest of y'all have working knees. I do not, but you know what I mean? Like, we can make things do it. Grateful that I get to take my nephew to school and used to pick up my daughter. Like, you're building quality time with little people and you're so good with kids. Healthy kids. Here we go. The 3-kid gang is out today. You got 3. I'm so happy to healthy. Grateful for time alone to reconnect with myself. I be telling Justin all the time, like, I want alone time. And in his mind, like, okay, you work from home alone. Sir, keyword, working. Like, in the summertime, I used to love when he used to take both the kids and go to the park. Even if it was for 2 hours, I'm just like, wow, I get 2 hours alone. Like, I don't have to hear nobody farting, burping, crying, nothing. So I love that for you. I can't wait to come down and lay in your bed and connect with you as well. And have some alone time because we love the same shows. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my relationship with God. I would have lost my mind otherwise. First of all, yes, when grandma's boo comes over, you have to go because guess what? You don't pay bills there. Get out. Yo, Gen Z, they cooked. A worst case scenario, it got dark. Grateful for my baby that tells me every day I'm a good mom. Especially on the days I feel like I'm not doing it right. I love when Phoenix, like, she's like, Mom, are you okay? The other day she was like, how was your day? And like really caught me off guard. And I was like, I actually had a good day. And I'm like, I'm so glad she didn't ask you on the day I was sad, honey, because she'd have been so confused. Grateful for becoming a strong woman. I've had many weak moments that I didn't know when or where I would overcome. Honey, you did a 180. I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you. I'm grateful for growth and being able to let go and let God. We need a mom retreat. We need a woman's retreat. Women's. Okay, wait, before we go. We have 20 more days of this month, which means nothing, but means a lot at the same time. what is your word for next year going to be? You have 20 days to think of something. And really, there's no time. Like, you can change your word, but like, think of your word. I know I had clarity for the last 2 years. I'm going to keep rolling it over until I'm more clear. And maybe I'll never be, because maybe every year is going to be a different version of me. But, you know, the same way how people are like, yo, this my year, this my year. I'm going to keep saying that at my job till, like, hey, yo, every year I have some of my homegirl Melanie. I'm like, oh, yeah, nah, because I'm quitting this year. Like, she's like, oh, yeah, because they're going to have a holiday party. Yeah, I'm not going to be there because I'm quitting. And I didn't quit, so I still didn't go because I'm just like, I'm not doing a small talk. But was it Shiggy who said, I'm going to keep saying this till it's my year? And that, bye, Yanni. I'm getting off right now. We're getting off right now, too. Grateful for money. Yes. Being intentional, being selfish, 100%. 100%. But yeah, this is going to be a year, whatever midlife crisis you guys may be going through or think you're going through, pray on it. Go to a therapist, call your friend and cry. Like, that is okay. Holla at, you know, a mom at your daughter's school and say, or your kid's school, and say, yo, I need some girl time. Do whatever you guys have to do. You know, we're finishing up 2025 and we got so much more life, God willing. You know, all 23 of us here in the chat. Do I make 24? Yeah, whatever. 6, 7. Let's not let the schemes that Todd set up carry into 2026. We got to finish him here. Wishing twins on who? Well, you must be crazy. Anyway, guys, I'm so happy that we got to chat. I rebuke that. I'm so happy we got to chat, and we are going to meet again in January. It'll be every 2 weeks again. But again, this is the one night only for December. I appreciate y'all. This is always amazing. And everybody have a good night. Till next time. Millennials, we never letting this go. Bye, y'all.